Got out a P0300 code or a check engine light? We can help. Welcome to CarFix at your fingertips.
Is your Suzuki Swift showing a check engine light? Does it hesitate when you press the accelerator? Do you feel vibrations at idle or notice higher fuel consumption? Is your hybrid system warning light suddenly on? What if most of these problems can be diagnosed in minutes? What if replacing parts randomly is actually the biggest mistake? And what if, by the end of this episode, I give you a few hidden tips that can save hundreds of dollars on repairs? The Suzuki Swift is one of the most popular compact cars in Europe and Asia. It is reliable, efficient, and surprisingly advanced for its category. But whether it's the 1.2 DualJet, 1.0 BoosterJet Turbo, or hybrid version, the car depends heavily on sensors, control modules, and emission systems. When something fails, the car usually does not stop immediately. Instead, it sends signals, and those signals are your advantage if you know how to read them. One of the most common issues is the check engine light. While it may cause concern, it rarely indicates immediate disaster. Usually, it means the ECU detected abnormal readings from a component. Codes like P0300, P0420, and oxygen sensor faults are among the most frequent in Suzuki Swift models. Random misfire is a frequent culprit. Symptoms include rough idle, hesitation under acceleration, or a blinking engine light. Before spending money on ignition coils, start with the basics. Spark plugs. Worn or incorrectly gapped spark plugs are often the main cause. The 1.2 DualJet engine is particularly sensitive to ignition quality. Poor combustion leads to immediate performance drops. Ignition coils. If one cylinder misfires, try swapping coils between cylinders to identify the faulty unit without unnecessary expense. Fuel injectors. Dirty or partially clogged injectors cause uneven combustion. Cleaning them can restore engine efficiency. Another frequent error involves the oxygen sensor. Incorrect readings cause fuel mixture imbalance, poor fuel economy, or unstable idle. Yet, replacing the sensor immediately is not always the answer. Often, a small exhaust leak before the sensor can confuse readings. Inspect hoses and exhaust joints before replacing parts. P0420, catalytic converter efficiency below threshold, is another code that worries Swift owners. Catalytic converters are expensive, but temporary low efficiency often occurs from short city drives, especially in hybrid models. Driving steadily on the highway for 20 to 30 minutes can sometimes restore normal readings. If the problem persists, check for misfires first. Unburned fuel entering the catalytic converter can damage it over time. The 1.0 BoosterJet Turbo introduces another concern: power loss during acceleration. Turbo engines rely on proper air pressure and vacuum control. Delayed boost or weak acceleration can result from small cracks in hoses or loose clamps. Hybrid versions often show hybrid battery warnings. In many cases, the issue is the 12V auxiliary battery, not the main hybrid pack. Unstable voltage from a weak 12V battery can trigger false warnings. Testing this battery first avoids unnecessary expensive repairs. Carbon buildup is another overlooked issue, especially in direct injection engines. Symptoms include rough idle, reduced efficiency, and performance drop. Using high-quality fuel and occasional longer drives can maintain combustion quality. Software updates can also solve small issues. Dealerships release ECU updates for improved fuel management, sensor calibration, and emission performance. If your Swift behaves oddly without clear mechanical issues, checking for updates can be a smart move. Understanding your Suzuki Swift means understanding patterns. Lights do not appear randomly. Power loss does not happen without reason. Increased fuel consumption is always a signal. Learning to connect symptoms with systems lets you diagnose accurately, save money, and prevent major repairs. In the next part, we will explore transmission issues, steering system warnings, ABS lights, and cooling system failures that commonly affect Suzuki Swift models. Prevention is always cheaper than repair. It's free for you, but it makes a difference for me. Subscribe to the channel.
Have you ever noticed your Suzuki Swift hesitating when shifting gears? Does the ABS warning light suddenly appear during braking? Or maybe the steering feels unusually heavy, or the engine temperature gauge climbs higher than normal. These are common issues across Swift models, including the 1.2 DualJet, 1.0 BoosterJet Turbo, and Hybrid. Understanding these signals can save you hundreds of dollars and prevent serious failures. Let's begin with transmission issues. Many Swift owners report rough or delayed shifting, especially on automatic transmissions. While Suzuki gearboxes are generally reliable, electronic components can occasionally misread data or enter limp mode. Common causes include low or dirty transmission fluid, sensor malfunctions, solenoid failure, worn clutch components in manual transmissions. Step 1 is to check the transmission fluid. Automatic gearboxes need clean fluid at the proper level. Dirty or low fluid can cause hesitation and erratic shifts. Step 2. Inspect sensors. Transmission control modules rely on speed sensors, throttle input, and temperature readings. Faulty sensors can trigger delayed shifts or erratic behavior. Step 3. Solenoids. If a solenoid fails, the hydraulic pressure may not reach the correct clutch packs, causing hard or delayed shifts. Manual transmission Swifts occasionally experience worn clutch plates or misadjusted linkages. A careful inspection often identifies the issue before expensive replacement is needed. Next, ABS and brake system warnings. ABS lights are often triggered by wheel speed sensor faults, low brake fluid, or corrosion in brake lines. Hybrid Swifts may also record false ABS warnings if the 12-volt battery voltage is unstable. Quick check tips. Inspect brake fluid reservoir, clean wheel speed sensors and connections. Look for corrosion or debris that could trigger false warnings. In many cases, cleaning the sensors restores ABS functionality without replacing costly parts. Steering issues are another area of concern. Heavy or stiff steering may indicate low power steering fluid, worn tie rods, or problems with the electric power steering motor in newer models. Start with fluid levels and obvious mechanical wear. Electric power steering systems often report faults through the dashboard. Checking stored codes first can prevent unnecessary component replacement. Cooling system problems can affect any Swift engine, including hybrids. Overheating can result from low coolant levels, thermostat failure, radiator blockage, water pump malfunction. Hybrid models have additional cooling circuits for the battery pack and inverter. Monitor hybrid coolant levels regularly and inspect hoses for leaks. Overheating in hybrid systems can trigger engine and battery warnings simultaneously. Preventive maintenance is key. Replace coolant on schedule, inspect belts and hoses for cracks or wear, flush the radiator if buildup occurs. Small maintenance steps prevent major repair costs and extend the life of your Swift. Software updates can also prevent or solve issues. Transmission, ABS, and hybrid systems are heavily computer-controlled. Suzuki periodically releases ECU updates for better shifting, brake calibration, and hybrid management. Checking for updates at the dealer is a simple but often overlooked solution. Hidden tips for Swift owners. A short highway drive after city traffic can recalibrate transmission sensors. Cleaning wheel speed sensors and brake contacts often clears ABS warnings. Hybrid systems perform better after a 20 to 30-minute stable speed drive. Monitoring the 12-volt battery prevents multiple false warnings. Understanding how your Swift communicates problems allows you to prevent unnecessary replacements, save money, and maintain peak performance. Transmission hesitation, ABS lights, steering resistance, and overheating are all messages your car is sending. By learning the patterns, you can respond quickly and effectively. In the next part, Part 3, we'll explore engine electronics, fuel system errors, turbocharger concerns, and how to interpret hybrid battery signals before jumping to conclusions. It's free for you, but it makes a difference for me. Subscribe to the channel. Have you noticed your Suzuki Swift losing power suddenly, misfiring, or showing strange fuel consumption patterns? Do you hear unusual knocking sounds, hesitation during acceleration, or experience inconsistent throttle response? Is your hybrid warning light flashing intermittently while the car drives smoothly otherwise? These symptoms often point to issues in the engine electronics, fuel system, turbocharger, or hybrid control system. Understanding them can save you money and prevent major failures. Let's start with engine misfires and ignition errors. Random misfires, such as code P0300, are often caused by worn spark plugs, faulty ignition coils, dirty or clogged fuel injectors, vacuum leaks. Always inspect spark plugs first. The 1.2 DualJet engine is sensitive to ignition quality. Dirty or worn plugs reduce combustion efficiency, causing rough idle and lower power. Next, check ignition coils. Swapping coils between cylinders can pinpoint the faulty unit without unnecessary replacement. Dirty fuel injectors can cause intermittent misfires. Cleaning them restores fuel atomization and engine smoothness. Vacuum leaks are another common culprit. A small crack in the intake hose or vacuum line can throw off air-fuel ratios, causing misfires and poor throttle response. Inspect all hoses and connections carefully. For BoosterJet Turbo models, delayed boost or loss of power often results from cracked intercooler hoses, loose clamps, faulty turbo actuator, dirty or restricted air filter. Start with a visual inspection. Even a small crack in a hose can reduce turbo efficiency and trigger error codes. Clean or replace the air filter regularly to maintain proper airflow. Hybrid Swifts can show warning lights for the hybrid battery or inverter system. Often, these are not signs of complete failure. A weak 12-volt battery or poor connection can create false alerts. Testing the 12-volt battery first avoids expensive, unnecessary repairs. Fuel system errors can also affect Swift performance. Codes like P0171 or P0172 are often caused by dirty mass airflow sensors, vacuum leaks, faulty oxygen sensors, clogged fuel injectors. Cleaning the MEF sensor with proper spray and inspecting for leaks often resolves lean or rich mixture codes. Oxygen sensors should only be replaced if inspection confirms a failure. Knocking or pinging noises often indicate carbon buildup or incorrect combustion timing. Direct injection engines, like the 1.2 DualJet, can accumulate carbon on intake valves, reducing airflow. Regularly using high-quality fuel and occasionally performing longer dries can prevent this. Software updates are also crucial. Engine control units in Swift models are periodically updated to optimize fuel maps, ignition timing, and emission control. A car behaving strangely with no obvious mechanical fault can sometimes be fixed with a simple software update. Hidden tips for engine performance. After city driving, a short highway run helps recalibrate sensors. Inspect vacuum lines and hoses every 20,000 miles. Use high-quality fuel to minimize carbon buildup. Regularly clean the MEF sensor to prevent lean codes. Understanding these engine and fuel system patterns prevents unnecessary replacements, improves performance, and ensures reliability. Misfires, fuel mixture errors, turbo efficiency loss, and hybrid alerts are all messages your Swift is sending. Reading them correctly is key. Next, in Part 4, we will cover electrical system errors, dashboard warning lights, and final troubleshooting tips to make your Suzuki Swift run like new. It's free for you, but it makes a difference for me. Subscribe to the channel. Have you ever noticed unexpected warning lights on your Suzuki Swift dashboard? Do electrical systems behave unpredictably, like infotainment glitches, interior lights flickering, or dashboard symbols appearing without apparent reason? Are you unsure whether to take it to a dealer or attempt a DIY fix? This final part will focus on electrical system errors, dashboard warnings, and practical troubleshooting tips for all Swift models, including the 1.2 DualJet, 1.0 BoosterJet Turbo, and hybrid versions. First, let's discuss the dashboard warning lights. Common lights include battery warning, engine warning, ABS and brake warnings, hybrid system alerts, tire pressure monitoring system lights. Many owners panic when multiple lights appear simultaneously. Often, a weak 12-volt battery is the root cause. Even in hybrid models, a low or unstable 12-volt battery can trigger false warnings across multiple systems. Testing the 12-volt battery should always be the first step before replacing sensors, modules, or other expensive parts. Electrical gremlins, like flickering interior lights or infotainment issues, can often be traced to loose connectors, corroded terminals, or a weak battery. Inspect wiring harnesses, connectors, and ground points before assuming major module failures. TPMS lights often appear due to low tire pressure, dead or weak sensors, temperature fluctuations. Check tire pressure manually and ensure sensors are functioning. In many cases, resetting the system clears the warning. Hybrid Swifts occasionally show inverter or battery system warnings. Remember, many of these alerts are caused by low 12-volt auxiliary battery, poor voltage connections, temporary communication errors between modules. Before assuming a hybrid battery failure, verify 12-volt battery health, clean connectors, and check system voltages. Often, this resolves the alert without replacing the hybrid pack. Other electrical issues may involve fuses and relays. A blown fuse can disable multiple systems simultaneously, including ABS, interior lights, and infotainment. Relays can stick or fail, causing intermittent issues. Keeping a small fuse kit and spare relays in your car can save you a trip to the dealer. Now let's cover final troubleshooting tips for all Swift owners. Document symptoms. Note when lights appear, engine behavior, and driving conditions. Patterns help identify root causes. Use an OBD2 scanner. Reading codes is crucial. Many problems, especially electronic or sensor errors, can be diagnosed immediately. Check batteries and connections. Always inspect both 12-volt and hybrid batteries if applicable. Clean terminals and ensure tight connections. Software updates. Dealerships release updates that fix sensor calibration, fuel mapping, transmission logic, and hybrid system management. Check periodically. Routine maintenance. Keeping spark plugs, ignition coils, air filters, and fluids in top condition prevents cascading failures. Drive smart. For hybrid and turbo models, occasional longer drives at stable speeds help recalibrate sensors and maintain system health. Preventive cleaning. MEF sensors, throttle bodies, and intake valves can accumulate deposits over time. Cleaning these prevents misfires and performance loss. By following these steps, Swift owners can reduce repair costs, improve reliability, and maintain peak performance. Electrical alerts, dashboard warnings, and minor glitches are usually messages, not immediate disasters. Interpreting them correctly saves time, money, and stress. Remember, all systems communicate. The check engine light, ABS alert, hybrid warning, or any dashboard symbol is your car asking for attention. Responding quickly and methodically keeps your Swift healthy. Finally, a few hidden tips for longevity. Reset sensors after maintenance or software updates. Drive at stable speeds for 20 to 30 minutes after city trips. Inspect wiring and connectors periodically. Keep a small set of spare fuses and relays in your vehicle. Understanding your Suzuki Swift, from engine electronics to hybrid systems, ensures it performs reliably for years. By connecting symptoms to systems, using proper diagnostic tools, and performing preventive maintenance, owners can prevent major repairs, maintain efficiency, and enjoy driving without stress. It's free for you, but it makes a difference for me. Subscribe to the channel.